Good morning. Happy Friday. Coming to you live from my minivan. Wanted to share a Wealthy Women tip of the day for you to kick off the weekend. I wanted to talk a little bit about what I believe true wealth is, because to me, wealth is so much more than just having a lot of money and having plenty. To me, true wealth is being really clear on what's really matters to you, what's most meaningful to you, and really spending your time and focusing your energy on that. And it reminds me of a story of a Mexican fisherman that's been a guiding theme in my life. It's been coming up a lot for a lot of clients. I've been sharing it with them, so I wanted to share this with all of you today. It's a story about a Mexican fisherman who was being observed by an American businessman in a small coastal village. And this American businessman was admiring his catch and asked him how long it took him to catch the fish. And the Mexican fisherman said, "Oh, just a little while." And the Americans asked him, "Well, what do you do with the rest of your time?" And he said, "Oh, I sleep late, I play with my children, I stroll into the village and play music with my amigos, I take a siesta with my wife, Maria. I have a very busy and full life, senor." The American then told him he had a better plan for him. He could stay out twice as long, catch twice as much fish, where he could buy a larger boat. Eventually, catching more fish, making more money, he could buy a fleet of fishing boats. Eventually, he would be able to cut out the middleman, control the distributing and the processing of the fish. And with his fleet of fishing boats, he would be able to run a very expanding enterprise. He would eventually have to leave Mexico, move to LA and then New York, where his business would continue to grow. And when the time is right, he would announce an IPO and he would sell off the business and make millions and become very, very rich. And the Mexican fisherman said, well, then what? And the American said, "Oh, this is the best part. Then you can retire, move to a small coastal village where you can sleep late, play with your grandchildren, stroll into the village and play music with your amigos, take a siesta with your wife, Maria, and have a very busy and full life." Right? I love that story because so often I think it can be very seductive to work so hard to get what we already have. And I know as a mommy entrepreneur, that is something that I have absolutely refused to do. It's also why I insist on being an entrepreneur, so that I can have the freedom and the flexibility to play with my kids, to enjoy the wealth and the prosperity that I do have. And I believe that the path to wealth is a wealthy one, that it exists in enjoying the wealth that we have, because whatever we appreciate expands, it appreciates. So I encourage all of us this weekend to go out and enjoy the abundance and the prosperity that we have and enjoy the path to wealth. Have a great weekend. Namaste.